Third Ward is a dynamic African American community, and we believe that everything that needs to be here and supposed to be here is here.
I'm a founder at Project Row Houses. I got to know Rick and Jesse and Floyd, just by attending different types of functions. And Rick told me about these houses on Holman.
We had serious work going on in Third Ward. There was the abandoned houses that were havens for crack houses. It also was unsafe environments for kids going to school. It was a big problem throughout Third Ward.
During those times, the early years, he was just trying to connect with other artists. Well, the problem he was trying to solve was trying to get this community, the city, to see the importance of these houses.
Those are the things that kind of set the stage for what was going on in Third Ward, and then what from Rick as an artist, looking at how that environment would be reflected and addressed and dealt with in a way that, again, we need to move toward change and making things a lot better and a little bit more hopeful for life in the area.
I think that what's really significant about Project Row Houses is you have this group of artists in the 90s that all have international appeal, that choose, instead of going immediate blue chip, to go and embed themselves on a forgotten block in a forgotten community and begin with the work of memory.
Project Row Houses is like the living room of Third Ward.
I mean, you literally can walk off the streets into a house and see something very special, very unique.
I love that everybody comes, I really do. A lot of people, this is a hood, and they just feel comfortable coming here, and I feel good about that.
I've seen it, these houses clean up the neighborhood. I've seen promise. Instead of a environment that made you feel ashamed or sad, whatever, it's vibrant, it gives you hope. And so I think it's an important part of our community. Hey, I love Project Row Houses.
Project Row Houses catapults artist careers, and it really gives them a freedom that they don't normally get. But also, I think that there is something magical about artists engaging with community.
What drew me in as an artist during my early involvement with PRH was really watching other artists that I admire and look up to always be within proximity of Project Row Houses.
Like from John Biggers all the way down to whatever new young artist that's coming up.
I think you really have to understand that, if you want to be an artist here in Houston, in my opinion, it begins here. This is the well in many ways.
It was the first time I had ever been given space and opportunity to create in my life, in my artistic career.
Row House is the one that taught me that I am a creative. I think Row House realized I was an artist before I was an artist.
Well, I'm having a really full circle moment from selling plants on my porch. I never even thought of doing this as a business until someone at Project Row Houses visited my house, and they were like, "We've never seen a house decorated like this. You should sell some plants."
I said I had 6 kids, and all of them were involved in Project Row Houses. Well, Project Row Houses, and it was a safe haven for my children also.
I think the way that Project Row House has maintained its core values over time is that it's never lost sight that it's really about the individuals that live in the community, and that you can never give up. It wasn't always easy. There were months where we didn't know if the lights were going to be left on or not. And here we are over 30 years later.
First of all, a lot of people can't get a grasp of art and how they should fund that. But with this program, there's so many we have education. There's just so many things, so many facets of it that you can find your warm and fuzzy.
We all come from different walks of life, and so we had different types of experiences. But we knew there was a commonality in who we are and what we did, It's not so much the outside form of things, but, the energy of what 7 brothers coming together to do something. Rick Lowe, Bert Long, James Bettison, Floyd Newsom, Jesse Locke, George Smith, Bert Samples.